Adesso passiamo all'altro mollusco.
Now we're going to go with mussels, which differently from clams do not live under the sand. So under the sand we have clams, razor clams, cockles. So these are kind of the mollusks that live under the sand, and mussels instead live attached to cliffs, or they are farmed in open waters. What's peculiar about mussels compared to other sea food is it's not advisable to eat it raw, so since they are filtered, they bring a lot of illnesses like hepatitis and cholera, so they must be always eaten cooked. Apart from this, it's always obligatory, mandatory to preserve the label of the mussels that we always find attached to their net, sack, or container where we have all the traceability of the product, so that if we were to work with a product that's not perfect and we don't realize it, we can still, by giving the lot number, have a traceability. So we can give a sanitary alert. But now let's go to mussel cleaning. Mussels are all together attached through a kind of string through which they nourish, and we have this little string attached to the mussel, and we just have to move it a little bit and detaching it. If this part breaks, we just have to remove the piece that remains inside once the mussels open. Once we do this, we are going to rinse them another time quickly, and then we're going to open them. Usually mussels can even get to us already cleaned, but if we have if they're not clean, we're going to clean them maybe with the back of the knife or even with a steel net. The dish we're going to make is a mussel sautè. We're going to make it red with tomato, because this tradition is, I want to show you a white opening and a tomato opening. It's better with tomato because since we don't have sand residues, we can still go freely with the cooking. So let's start with some garlic, minced garlic, some chili, some parsley, olive oil, and I'm going to turn the heat on. Be careful that everything is finely minced so that we have a very quick cooking. On the side, we already have a cooked tomato sauce so that the cooking is nice and quick. So we're going to add our tomato sauce. Let it take flavor. This tomato sauce is already has its own flavor, so we're not going to add salt. Also, because in the water mussel is already salty. Be careful when you cook mussels and mollusks to never add salt, because salt is already present. We can at this point rip the mussels. We're leaving the heat on high for a few moments. Then we're going to lower the heat and cover the whole thing with plastic film. if we don't have a lid. The plastic is absolutely okay. So lowering the heat and let it cook gently. We haven't added water because sauté will have the water from the mussels opening, so it will be nice and brothy. This label will be kept for the whole period during which we preserved the mussels or the mollusks in general. But the lot number is also on the bills, so we always have a label referment. So our mussels have opened and they're ready to be served. This is one way to serve them with the shell, but we can also serve them without the shell. So, the plating of our mussels sautè, we previously opened them in the tomato sauce. Once they were open, we removed the shells so that we could serve a mussel sautè, avoiding to put the shells so that it's almost like a little soup to eat. So a sautè under the form of a soup. So we're going to heat them up in their own broth. Not too much, of course, because otherwise the mollusk will be hardy and gummy. As a garnish, we're going to put some zucchini and carrot pearls, some petals of red onion, and we're going to finish with some parsley. We can also add some crunchy toasted bread, maybe cut into cubes. It's always minimal so that it can give some crunch to the dish. Always be quite quick, do not heat it up for too long. So the mussels have been completely cleaned, and if there still were some dirt, we would have removed that. So we're going to season the vegetable pearls. These have been made with a little sphere tool and blanched in salty water and then cooled down in ice water to keep the color. And then we're going to also season the petals of red onion. The onion has been cleaned and cut into petals and blanched again in water too, and cooled in ice and water. Let's take our mussels, add in some parsley, putting them at the bottom of the dish. Cover them with their broth. Putting our pearls, vegetable pearls, to give some color. Our onion petals. we're going to finish with some minced parsley, which gives color, and a drop of extra virgin olive oil.